Hello friend, this is Paper Kitty. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video showing you some bits and pieces on this pretty little plate. And what it is kind of a little craft with me, a little bit of a tutorial maybe, but mostly I would say it's a craft with me. I've taken a few elements like this tag, this tool, this flower that I've made, this flower that I received from In Love Arts that I've put some glitter on. I had this sticker and I had this little cutout that I fussy cut, and then this I actually used a die cut that I have that's an oval shape, and just some more bits that I've cut out of a scrapbook paper from that heritage collection. And so now you can tell that I have a tag here, and it's sewn around, and it's got some coffee dye paper in the back, and this pretty little charm that you just saw, that little purse, was given to me by my friend here on YouTube, Sherry. Shout out to Sherry Brown. And then this little bit here is also a little fussy cutout, as is this one. And I was able to put that glossy accents in there, and it came out better this time. It didn't have that many bubbles, and some lace, and this just piece of cardboard that I laid some actually paper towel, because I used the paper towel for something else, the image that was in it. And then again, some little banner type little bits. So I've kind of played around with these little elements already. So I kind of already have an idea, of what I'm going to do. And so the first thing I want to do is create this memory decks card. As you know from the previous video that I made, I do have a template that I use. So you see me here putting some paper clips on it and just using, like I said, that as a template. Putting the paper clips is a good way to not have to worry about drawing around it. And so then I'm putting paper clips again because I had forgotten to go ahead and actually draw out the little circles and the little bottom part there. So now I can go back with my little hole punch. And first I'm going to go ahead and punch the corners. I love this corner punch, and I think smoothing out those corners, I like the memory decks like that. I know that there's a lot of little different shapes, but that's a nice shape that I like. And so now we are going to go ahead, and so this is a quick way if you don't have like a die or a special punch or anything like that, and you just want to make you a quick memory decks, make you a template, and that way you can do what I did. And it's fairly easy and economic. I mean, literally, you don't have to round the corners with a corner punch. You can actually just snip the corners with a scissor. So other than like a little hole punch, really don't need a lot of supplies there. So now I wish I had put this little memory decks facing more towards the camera, because since it is a dimensional flower, it's kind of covering the little girl there and that little cameo thingy that I made out of that scrapbook paper and the glossy accents. So anyway, now I am going to put some dimension on there. And what I've done is, which is, I'm sure a lot of people already know, but maybe some don't. And that is, if you have foam, that bubble wrap, you can go ahead and use that as instead of foam tape if you don't have foam tape. And it does give you a little bit of that cushion and a little bit of that depth, that height that you need to kind of make things pop. And so I had gotten a package from Amazon, And when I cut the top off, I had those bits in white, which I like because it's, white is a more neutral color that's not going to stand out. But you can use anything you have. I guess the clear is fine too. But anyway, old packaging, anything like that will work. And so here I am basically using some hot glue and gluing that little girl in a dimensional way. I'm also going to do the same thing, and I did the same thing to that flower, put some of that little bubble wrap and used it as I would foam tape. And so now these elements are dimensional. And this little butterfly is also one of the little bits that I received in a Happy Mail from Sherry Brown. Thank you, Sherry Brown. Shout out to Sherry Brown. And so anyway, I went ahead and glued that on there with the hot glue. I'm trying to be more careful with the hot glue lately because I burned myself pretty good the other day, and so definitely not for children. So anyway, I haven't done the back, but that's okay. I wanted to also put the little like that little clock face or watch face, antique watch face, but it just was too big. It was just not gonna work. So, but I kind of slowed down the video a little bit to hopefully give you a chance to look at it a little bit better. So now we go to the tag. Now this tag was in my little kind of extra bits and pieces, kind of where I grab some of my stuff to make my little kibble and bit envelopes, because I just, whenever I was making a few junk journals or doing other projects, paper crafting, that tag just didn't go anywhere, so I didn't know what to do with it. But I knew that I wanted it. I'd sewn it all around and everything, and I liked that image. But like I said, it just wasn't anything that I knew what to do with, so I just put it away. And I was going through some of my little things to put in my little envelopes. I ran into this and I thought, oh, well, this is kind of the colors that are in that heritage collection. So I went ahead and thought, well, maybe I can decorate it, and found some other bits also kind of with the colors. And so now I'm just kind of playing around with these little elements and these little bits in hopes to be able to make that tag come to life. And so there again, I am using those little bits that I cut that are actually from the packaging, one of those bubble wrap envelopes that I got from Amazon. So okay, now I am going to adhere this other like little cameo thing, and I think the dimensional thing, at first I wasn't really doing a lot of dimensional, but more and more I've kind of gone towards that, and I really like it because I think layering and everything is just, it just takes it to another level, and I just really like it. So I'm finding myself doing more layering lately, and I really like it. So okay, so here I am cutting this little bit, because apparently I am loving doing that so much that I'm doing that to like almost every little bit. I'm not gonna do it to the rose because the rose is already pretty dimensional, like it's a regular size rose, with its normal height and everything, and so it's already, it's not, I don't want it to be like more dimensional than that. So and then the little purse, like I said, Sherry Brown from Turquoise Dreaming gave me that little charm, and what I did is I took off the little I guess it's the little ring that you would use to hang it from something. And usually I like to use charms hanging, like hanging dangles or hanging somehow off of like a jewelry piece. But in this case, I thought the theme of this heritage collection just went so well with it, and I just thought it was so cute that it had to be done. Here I am being, again, very careful with that hot glue because I really did myself good on my right finger there the other day. So now I'm going to put that little lace bit that I had laying around, and I thought it just topped it off really cute. And I've kind of slowed the video down a little bit in hopes that you can see that or see the tag a little bit better. So I'm going to try to show it at the end again. And so now the third and last project here is the little boy or young man. Again, you can see it is a piece of scrapbook paper. It's an image that I've cut, fussy cut. And now I was actually using the hot glue, but it was running out, so I went ahead and used my art glitter glue, which I absolutely love. And but again, it's, you know, it was like $12 for that little bottle, so, or $12.95, something like that. Okay, so now I've put that on, or I'm going, you know, I'm kind of figuring out how I'm gonna place everything on there. I kind of struggled a little bit because I didn't notice, I guess, that I tend to use mostly female images. And you know, obviously I do like girly styles, and I love a lot of pink, and so, you know, that's not exactly a handsome, you know, combo there with but you know, there's some flowers in there, and there's a little bit of that peachy pink, and you know what, I think I pulled it off because I think it still looks very nice and masculine tag, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted it to be a masculine tag with this young man, but I did want to give it some you know, just some color. And so as you can tell here, I am putting more bits and pieces. It is more challenging because, like I said, with the girl ones, you know, you could usually put a flower or a butterfly or a little purse or a little this or a little that, and usually you're good to go. And then, but this one, you know, I mean, I do have that flower in the background of that paper, but I think it ends up covering some of it anyway, which I actually really do like it. And I don't remember now if it covers it all the way, but hopefully, I don't think it does. Hopefully it doesn't, because I really like that. So here I am committing to putting down that piece there. I liked how it was already pretty dimensional, because that circle or oval punch, it wasn't a punch, it was a die cut, but that oval, I cut it out of like packaging that was kind of thick, so it's a little bit like a cardboard. And so now those little fussy cut images, I think I do a little book and a little camera. Here's the little camera. And so I've backed it up with some more packaging cardboard, so that way it would be dimensional. But you know, I do go further along and put some of that foam, not foam, but the bubble wrap in lieu of the foam, to again layer and put dimension. So there's that flat back sticker. And so as you can tell now, I'm kind of trying to find a placement for it. And I really do like layering dimensional pieces. I think part of the reason for that is that even though you're covering parts of the elements, you're still able to see quite a bit. And so I think that's pretty cool. You know, I think that's something we all struggle with, especially at the beginning. You know, we don't like covering anything up, but really I found that you have to, you know, and especially in a collage type of situation, that you want your elements to at least touch one another. You know, and preferably if you're, you know, however many pieces you're using, if they're all touching one another somehow, it gives it a really cute flow. I mean, you got to play around with it. It only happens with practice. I know sometimes people, even myself, I get kind of frustrated sometimes because I don't think I'm putting together something really cute, and so it kind of stresses me out a little bit. But then I'm like, you know, it's okay. Sometimes you need to leave a project to sit there for a minute or longer, and then come back to it. And so, but yeah, with this one, I went ahead and, like I said, put some of that bubble wrap from packaging, Amazon packaging, in lieu of the foam, and being careful with that hot glue because, oof, that was not fun. So as you can tell on this one, I only put the bubble wrap on half of that book because the other half is already being layered over that clock face, that little watch face. And so I didn't need it to be over the whole thing, you know. So that's what I'm talking about. When you're layering at this level, you know, you want pieces of your elements to be elevated, but not necessarily the whole thing. Same thing with this piece. As you saw there, half of it had, you know, that bubble wrap, and the other half did not, because I was going to put it off the image of the little boy, or the young man. And so I only needed, you know, half of it to be lifted off from the page or from the tag. So there you have it. I think it came out really cute. I wanted to try to use more images, but I thought it would look too busy, so I decided not to. But yeah, this is my third and final project here that I'm making with you. I hope that you liked this video. Please be sure and let me know. Be sure and subscribe if you have not and you would like to be part of the Paper Kitty family. I totally invite you, and hope that you will hit the notification bell as well, so that you will be notified when I have a video for you. Love you so much. Love you so much. See you in the next one. Bye now.